In this video, I'll demonstrate Crosssite request forgery, or CSRF. Crosssite request forgery is an attack in which the attacker sends an HTTP request through the victim's browser using the victim's authorization credentials. At the time of this video creation, CSRF is number 8 on the OWASP Top 10 list. There may be different ways to exploit this potential vulnerability, but I'll start with a Crosssite scripting attack. If you're unfamiliar with this, please review an earlier video going over XSS in more detail. I'll start with a malicious link, one that may be sent over email, posted on a website, etc. This link executes remote JavaScript in a beef server. Now that it's been executed, the browser has been successfully hooked. Switching back to the victim's browser, I'll log on with an administrator's ID. One function of the application is to list all registered users and to set the administrator role. When the admin checkbox is checked, a simple AJAX post request is sent to the server. I'll switch to the attacker's browser and register a new account. If I switch back to the victim's browser and refresh, I can see the new account, and it does not have the administrator role. Okay, now back on the attacker's browser, I'll attempt to send that same post request to give my new ID the administrator's role. I'll log on with a non-admin ID. I could use either the one I just created or an existing one. When the request is sent, it will return a familiar 403 error indicating the user does not have access. So the attacker's browser does not have the required permissions, but the victim's browser does. So the attacker will attempt to use the victim's browser to send the request. I'll switch back to the victim's browser and hook it with a Crosssite scripting attack. If I navigate to the beef console and locate the victim session, I can send a JavaScript fragment. In this case, the AJAX request I want the browser to send. You're also supposed to be able to forge requests through the Writer tab, but I always have problems getting that to work, and I just find this to be easier. Before I send the request, I'll record the requests being sent by the victim's browser. I'll send the JavaScript to the hooked browser, and checking the network traffic, we can see that the forged request is being sent. And if I check the list of users, I'll see the new demo user now has the desired admin permission. And as one last check, I'll log onto the application using the new ID, and I can verify I have the ill-gotten role. And that's an introduction to Crosssite request forgery.